and in today's tutorial we're going to cover the crab scratch. And this scratch requires you to use all 5 fingers at the same time. This scratch can also be done both as a closed fader and an open fader scratch, but today we're only going to concentrate on the closed fader version. So when you're learning the crab scratch, it's going to sound like this. And when you combine it with other scratches, you can make it sound like this. Good people, what is up? What is happening? Hello and how's it? If we haven't met yet, I'm DJ Shameless. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering one of the fancy looking scratches, and it's called the crab scratch. This scratch was invented and made popular by DJ Qbert and was debuted at the famous Executioners vs Invisible Scratch Pickles DJ battle in the mid-90s. The quick theory behind this scratch is that you slide all 4 fingers on the outside of the crossfader and you use your thumb to act as a spring on the inside of the fader. And by doing that, you'll create 4 individual sounds similar to a transformer, but a faster sounding version. And we're going to break down the mechanics behind the scratch in this tutorial. Okay, let's go. So with the crab scratch, we're going to focus on the crossfader movement first. Predominantly, it's a closed fader scratch, which means that it starts closed and ends closed. So how the scratch works is that you use each of your fingers to tap the crossfader to an open position and use your thumb as a spring to get it back to the closed position again. So you start off with the baby finger, the ring finger, middle finger, pointer finger, and your thumb acts as a spring and closes the fader. So another way to explain it is to slide each of your fingers across the back of the crossfader and use your thumb as a spring to close it after each tap of a finger happens. So slowly again, we'll do each finger tapping the outside of the crossfader and your thumb acting as a spring to close it again. So when you're starting out with the crab scratch, I recommend you using a long tone that you can loop a section of it so that you can practice the crossfader movement first. So this is the tone that we'll be using today. So all you got to practice now is the crossfader movement. Another way to think of it is an extremely fast transformer scratch. Your aim with this exercise is to get 4 individual sounds with the one movement. At the intermediate phase with the crab scratch, you want to try and incorporate your record hand doing drops and the fader movement as we explained earlier. And if you find yourself struggling using all 4 fingers, you can exclude the baby finger and just use these 3 if you want to get a bit faster with the crab scratch. Once you're a bit more comfortable using the record hand with the crabs, you can start playing with the tones, meaning that you can speed up or slow down the forward and backward motion of the record. Let's try a few patterns on a metronome. Now with the more advanced crab scratches, what you can do is start incorporating and adding it to the previously learned scratches. So an example of adding a crab technique to another technique, we'll start off with the slice scratch. So we'll start off from the 12 o'clock position, perform a slice scratch, and then perform a crab scratch on the forward and the backward movement of the record, landing back at the 12 o'clock position. Another example is doing that in reverse. We'll start off with the tone at about the 2 o'clock position, perform the reverse slice, and then a reverse crab. Another example that you could do is to perform the transformer on the way forward and a crab scratch on the way back. Let's do a few patterns on the metronome. Once you're comfortable with the scratch and got a feel for it, don't forget to come up with your own patterns by combining it with other scratches. For the next tutorial, we'll dive deeper into the open fader scratches with the one-click flare. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Really appreciate it. And thank you to all the new subscribers to the channel. You guys are highly appreciated. Peace.